Hello guys, let's continue. We are going to continue the tutorials that we were having the last time. We created the database and we didn't do anything. So in this video we are going to insert data into our database. So let's start. Now you can see that we created our database here in the last video, but we have the table and nothing is in it. Okay, so let's go to our sign up page. When the user click on the submit button, this button, the name is submit, so let's copy it, and we want to receive the request on the same page. You see the same page here, signup.php, but we don't want to create the course on the same page, so let's create another file here and link it. I've even done that already. I've included this folder. Inside the folder we have controllers.php, so we have the controllers folder. Inside it we have controllers.php. So I've done that one already, but it is blank. So we are going to put our course there. Okay, so when the user click on the submit button, there's a post request. The action is on the same page, and then we are requiring this so we can continue from here. Okay, so let's say that PHP syntax will come. Then we say that if a set post variable or global variable full name, no, not full name, the submit. Okay, meaning when somebody click on the submit button, this submit is what we are talking about, this submit. Okay, so when somebody click on this submit button, the request will come here. And then if it is set like that, it means we are going to grab all the input coming. So the first one is the full name, and we put it in a super global variable post again, because we are using post request. So we put post there, full name, and then we grab other input. So let me do that, and then after that we continue. So I have grabbed all the other input. As you can see from the sign up page, we have the full name. Let's go up here. We have the full name, we have the username, we have the email, we have the gender, then the password, and then the password too. I've done that one. Okay, so let's move on. So at this point we are going to check our data validation. Okay, if the thing is empty or is not of the same data, the data that we want, we will tell the user that this is what we want. Okay, so let's say that if empty, let's check empty space first. Then also we check trim. We will trim or whatever he's going to type. We mean that if the user comes here, don't type anything and click submit. If you don't check this thing, the empty space, it will go. And also the person can, instead of typing numbers or text or anything, he will press the space bar. Okay, the space bar, the longest bar. If you press it, it will still create empty space. And if you don't trim it, when you click on submit, it will still go. So we have to check all that. So we are trimming all the input that is coming. So we are trimming input of what? Post full name, full underscore name. And if it happens like that, you have to prompt the user that we don't want that. And we put all the errors in a variable, array variable. So we call it errors, and it will be assigned to empty array, so that if the user type what you don't want, we will populate this empty array with the text that you want to show. Okay, so we can come here and say that errors full name, full underscore name is equal to, please enter your full name. You can put any name you want here. Okay, but to remember yourself, put the name of the input here. Okay, I want to continue with the rest so that we proceed. So when the user click on the full name, we have done the full name, we have the username, so let's put username here. Then we have the email, please enter your email, please enter your username, gender, please enter your gender, password, please enter your password. So I still put full name here, so let me say password. Then password 2. Okay, this is the password 2. So let's also put password 2 here. So confirm your password, or we can say that, yeah, confirm your password. So these are the empty checks we have done. We have other checks that we are going to do. So the next one is if the two passwords do not match. So let's say that if first password is not matching with the second password, the password 2, then we prompt the user again. So let's copy this one and say that the two passwords do not match. Please, the two passwords do not match. Okay, then the next input we are going to check is if the email is already in the database. So checking duplicates. Email. So this one we are going to need the database connection, the one we did in the previous video. So let's connect it here. So you come on top now, we come here. Okay, then we connect. So include controllers. Controllers.php. So we are going to check if we have database email already. So we say that email check. This can be any name that you want. Okay, email check is equal to select star from users, the name of our database. So we have connected the whole database here. Okay, so at this point we can use the table. So select star from users where email is equal to question mark. We are going to use prepare statement as I said in the demo video, so that you have our database secure. That's why I've put that's why I've put the question mark here. So we move on. So we have variable stnt. This variable can be called any name that you want, but developers normally call it stmt. So this will point to, or this will be assigned to con variable. This one, the one that we used to connect, this con was assigned to my SQL connect, and this connect has a function called prepare, and it is used to use the prepare statement. So prepare come here, and then this prepare will take this argument. So let's put the argument here. Which means we are going to use prepare statement. So after the prepare statement, the variable stmt will be pointing to bind param, bind underscore param, and this bind param will take data type S. Okay, for the email we are using S here because the email has a string varchar, which means string in SQL. So we put S here. If it is boolean, we put B. If it is integer, we put I here. The next argument is going to be the actual email that we are going to insert. So we have this one here. The next one is the variable stmt also point to execute. Then after the execution, we create a new variable called resource. It's going to be assigned to variable stnt pointing to get resource, because we have executed it, so we can get the resource from the execution. Get resource. And we can also create another variable called email count. All this variable can be called any name that you want. So we use the variable resource, and it will point to number of rows. So let's say num underscore row, which means we want to put this one in rows, okay, so that we can check whether we have some inside. So we can continue and say that if email count $email count is greater than 0, it means there's something inside. And we can prompt our user and say that email already exists. So let's say error email check. You can say please email already exists. So please email in the database. Okay, so we have done all the input. We are checking if there is email. So if we have some, we can prompt and say that the email already exists. So let's move on. If there is no errors, then we can go ahead and do our insertion. So we will say if count of errors, is equal to 0, meaning nothing is inside, that is, there's no error in the error arrays. If it happens like that, we can continue. So the first thing that we're going to do is to hash the password. So we will say that password is equal to password hash. This password hash is a function that is used to hash password. It takes two parameters. The first one is the password we are hashing, the one the user is going to insert. Second one is called password default. I think it's here already, so let's select it, password default. So in this way, we have hashed the password. The next thing we're going to do is to create our token. So let's say token is equal to, let's use pin2 hex, also a function in PHP used to create random token. So it will take some argument. It will take random byte argument, and then we put in some numbers. So let's say 40. So in this case, we have created our random token. This token will be sent to the Gmail of the user for verification and also for password recovery. Then after that, we also create another variable called a verified. This verified is going to be false. It will be sent to the user initially as 0, so that if he click in the email and then verify the email there, it will turn to 1. Okay, so we have got all the inputs. So now let's insert them in the database. So we have SQL is equal to insert into users. We are going to insert some fields. So let's go to the user table again. So let's copy all this. and paste them here, so we can bring our comma in between. If you leave them, you get errors, so bring the commas in between. And then we are going to insert values, and this values is going to have the quotation marks. There are 7, so 1 2 3 4 5 6 7. 1 2 3 4 5 6 7. Okay, we should bring our comma. Okay, then from here let's copy this one. Let's copy this, put it here. So prepare, you have this inside this. Then we have prepared it. The next one, we can copy the bind param, and you add more of the data type. So S 2 3 4 5 6, and the B will come. There are 7, so we have all of them to be varchar, meaning they are strings, so we can add only the verified to be B for boolean. And after that, we have to add the actual values. So you will say variable full name. After the full name, you have the Gmail. The Gmail will come. I think the username will come. Sorry, username before the Gmail. After the Gmail, then the gender will come. After gender, then the password will come. And then verified. Please, they must be in order: first, second, third. Otherwise, you get errors, or you put wrong data in the database. Okay, so we are good to go. I think we didn't even add if the database, if the email is a correct email. So let's do that here. Let's go back. So if we have filter var, so let's use that filter var. It's a function in PHP used to check a valid email. This will take 2 arguments. The first one is going to be the email that we are checking. The second one is going to be filter validate email, or in caps. So this will check if the email is valid, and then we prompt the user. But we want to prompt the user if the email is not valid. So let's put negation sign here, so that if it will read if not filter var, meaning if the email is not a valid email, then we can prompt our user saying that please enter a valid email. So let's put email here, and then we say that please enter a valid email. Okay, so now we are okay. Let's continue from here. So after the bind param, then you can guess what follows. We have to execute, but let's put the execute in if statement. So let's say if stnt execute. Okay, if we're able to insert all these things in the database, then we can do a lot of things. We want to log in the user automatically, but we will do that one in the, or even let's stop that. We shouldn't log in automatically. It's not necessary to log in. So let's at this point, okay, we can log the user in. So let's log in. let's load it. Let's create some session variables. We need the ID of the user, so we say user ID. This ID is going to be used to log the user in automatically, and because we are using the insert here, we can only have the ID using a variable called insert ID, and it will be found on the con variable. So we can say that con pointing to insert ID. So we have got the ID of the user. Okay, then let's put the ID of the user in a session. So let's see session of ID, then it is going to be assigned to the variable user ID that we just created, user ID. Okay, then let's continue the session. So let me copy and paste multiple times. We have session username, and this is going to be used to welcome the user. The next one is the session Gmail, and the session Gmail is going to tell the user that you have signed in with this email, so go to that email and then go and do your verification there. The next thing is the verified. You will use this verify to prompt the user that you have not verified your Gmail, so verify it. We are putting the $ verify here. Here we make it false here. Where is it? We made it false here. We made it false here. So we are applying it here so that to tell the user that you have not verified. So go and verify your email. Okay. So after that, we need also a message. So the session message is going to be, so let's say message. That one is going to be you are logging. You are logged in. That's the message. And after that, we will send our Gmail, but we will not do it in this video. So sending the email, or let's say sending the token. We will do it in the next video. So after that, we will bring our header here. Then the header location. So location, yes, we will go to index.php, and then we can exit from here. So let's exit from here. Now we are done with all the processing. So let's check our codes if it will work or we will get errors. I think there's no errors here on my thing. So let's check. So let's go to the page and then refresh. No, I don't want to do this. I want to refresh from here. Why is it not coming fast? So it has kept long. Sorry for the other input. Let me delete this one here. Also delete this one. After that, it kept long, and after that we got this. So I think we have to go here and then delete this, because we shouldn't include this here again. So let's delete this and see if it will work, because there's no errors here. So I don't know why it gives us this error. So let's go back. There we are on the home page. So let's say sign up, and then we fill our data here. We click submit, and we have got different errors. So this one is normal. We can debug this one. So page 39, what errors is there? So let's see what it is saying. Undefined variable con. I think we have not connected this thing. So let's link our database connection. Okay, so we are linking the database connection db underscore con.php. We are linking this one, and that error will go. So I think it has inserted. Let's go and check because it has refreshed, so it means it has inserted. Okay, cool, we have it here. So we have the username here, the name is here, the email is here. Then you see the password has hash. We put 12345, but we have more and more hash password there. The token 2 has created here for us. Okay, and then we also have our 0 here in the verified. And all these things, you see them performing in the next video or the following videos. So we will end here. In the next video, we will populate the errors. Okay, as you can see, if you want to insert another Gmail again, it won't go. Let me go to the sign up page again. If I want to insert another the same Gmail, not another, the same Gmail, it won't go. 1 2 3 4 5. 1 2 3 4 5. It won't work because it didn't do the redirection to the index page, so it means it didn't work. You can even go and check, see that it didn't work. Okay, so this code, this code here is working. There already exists code, and other ones, the data validation, the MT, they're all working. Okay, but we don't see the errors here. So in the next video, we are going to populate all the errors here, and then when the user sign up and then direct to the index page, we also welcome the user over there. So thanks for watching. See you in the next video.